Hi, I'm Stephanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast.
What is up, my party people? Stephanie here. Chaotic Compass Podcast. Thanks for tuning in again. If this is your first time here, thanks for tuning in for the first time. If you don't know, I do a lot of sipping and bitching, and that's what people come here for. I talk about lots of random things. Tonight, I am focusing in on opinions. Okay? Yeah, everybody's got a fucking opinion. So cool. That's great. A lot of them are not necessarily great, and I would like to help, or at least share with you. I don't know if it'll help you. Maybe it'll make me inspire you, but I'd like to share with you how I deal with some opinions. Does it work all the time? No. And I have a lot of days where I really fucking struggle with it, and that's just me being real. But it's a topic. It's a topic because this past weekend, my sister had gone to spend the weekend with her husband, her very young son, who's like a year old, and her in-laws, her mother-in-law, stepfather-in-law, I guess that's what you call it, like his whole side of the family. He's not very close with them, but regardless. Anyway, so the mother-in-law was sharing a lot of opinions that weren't necessarily congruent with what my sister was trying to do, right? And so it got me thinking, like, okay, if I was my sister, how would I handle that situation? You know, instead of telling somebody to fuck off, how would you constructively, because telling people to fuck off, all it does is just create a rift, and it doesn't really, especially when you've got kids. I've got kids. It doesn't help when you're trying to get everybody together and to spend time with them. But how do you handle other people's opinions that are not really congruent with what you're trying to do with your fucking life, right? So let's just start out with this fucking podcast, right? Okay, so if you go back to episode 1, God bless my tiny little soul, in the beginning of 2021, she was trying her best with what she had. And I don't have a whole lot now, but I've come a long way as far as I was recording with just my phone, and I wasn't doing a whole lot of editing, and if you look at the sound quality, it wasn't the greatest. Now, is my sound quality compared to a lot of people's the greatest? No, but I'm trying to look at where I've come and where I'm at and where I want to go. Like, that's what I'm focused on. I can't keep comparing myself to other people's awesome, right? You have to look at that. You're looking at people who have taken potentially years to get to that point, and you are trying to start off with something and you're comparing yourself to years. So infant baby to, been in it for a while. And so that was a really discouraging thing for me when I tried to start this podcast, and I didn't know exactly how I wanted to do it, but I knew that I want to do it. Is it the best thing in the world? No. But it is definitely therapy for me, and I actually enjoy it, and so why the fuck not? And so other people's opinions on this don't really matter unless they actually have a podcast. And I mean, I like, obviously, if you're like, you, go you, but I'm talking about negative opinions. Let's focus on that. Like, I'm talking about negative opinions. Other people's negative opinions regarding something that I'm doing and have never been in that, like, whatever. So, mother's opinions. That's always fun. My mother had said something to me the other day because I was I was really having a hard time because it's my husband and I. We run this business. We are immersed in this business and it's hard to turn it off. And I'm having a hell of a time with my husband. What's new, right? And my mother pipes in with something and she's like, maybe it's about time that you find something else to do because this business is obviously not working for you and it's not working for what you want. And it's like, one, do you really know what I want? Have you had that conversation with me before you spit that little bit out? And two, you've never owned a business. You have no fucking clue. You have no fucking clue. You've always worked for somebody else. So it's like saying, okay, take this for instance, like saying somebody's running, right? You know, you're trying to do 5Ks and you're trying to do marathons and you're trying to get up there to be an amazing runner. And your mother-in-law comes in, or your mom or somebody comes in and says, "Hey, I heard once from a friend of mine that running really hurts their knees, and so you should probably not do that." Okay, but hey, Karen, have you actually ran a day in your life other than running your mouth? But obviously, we don't talk about that. But, you know, you have to really look at who you're getting this solid advice from, these opinions from. And if they've actually been immersed in something similar, not necessarily exactly what you're doing, but, if they haven't been immersed in what you're trying to do, their opinion really doesn't fucking matter. Their opinion is going to be that much of just an opinion. It's not actually fact-based. It's not really solid evidence of, hey, you should try to do something different, or you should try to do this better, or you should tweak this, or what the fuck ever. Now, if you had a friend that, she actually is a marathon runner and she's giving you tips and tricks on how to be better, then listen to her. That makes fucking sense. It doesn't make sense for me to listen to my mom ramble on about how I need to not be in fucking business with my husband. Yeah, it's fucking stressful, but the end result I see could potentially be amazing. Is it fucking hard? Yes. Is life fucking hard? Yes. I'm not looking for shit to be handed to me. That's what I'm trying to work my ass off to get somewhere, and making this wheel rounder is exactly what's going on with between me and my husband. My mom's got a first row seat to the shit show and she just doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. And so you need to go to another show, Ma. Like, stop watching because you don't understand what the fuck is going on. It's like you're watching an opera and it's in Italian, okay? Like, you can feel the hurt and the pain and the stress, but you don't understand exactly what they're fucking saying. So, I mean, for all you know, the Italian opera could be singing about how she really loves, penne pasta, and they don't have any more. They can't make anymore. You don't know, but you know the turmoil. You can feel it. You can hear it, but you don't know what they're talking about. So I try to take in what I can take in. Now, for instance, like, okay, so this is the other problem that I have. So my father-in-law, my husband's dad, obviously that's what a father-in-law is. I apologize. But my husband's dad, he has been in this business since it began. But it's really hard for me to take his advice because I've seen what not to do in a business. Because when we acquired this business, it was on fucking fire. So if I want to light my business on fire, I'm pretty sure that I will follow his exact instructions. But for me, when you're telling me, well, I've been doing this for 20 years, and it's like, yeah, but you sucked. Yeah, you weren't. I mean, there are things, and I've learned exactly the things that he did right or tried to do right and lost motivation or whatever the case. But I'm weeding through the bullshit, and it's like, you weren't successful because you have more important things to do than your business, and this business is very important to me. It's literally like my kids, my husband, and then this business. I put a lot of things off and I put a lot of things to the side for this fucking business. it's fucking hard. Sometimes my husband isn't even number two. It's the business comes second, but I'm trying to rearrange that. But don't come at me and tell me how to run this thing when you didn't run it very well to begin with. And I think maybe sometimes you have in your head that you did a really great job and you really think you have the proof that you were amazing. Maybe that might be some egotistical thing. I don't know. But it's just so funny to me. Like, if I did a shit job and I passed it off to somebody like, yeah, man, here you go. Sorry, I'm bowing out. I would just be like, whatever you need me to do. Do you want to talk about something? But I'm not going to keep coming to you and pushing ideas down your throat. That just doesn't make sense because you could have done those ideas when you owned it, but you chose not to. So why are you trying to give me advice now? Like, I hear you. So, all right, for instance, what do you do when somebody comes up to you like, hey, Steph? Well, first off, don't fucking call me Steph. You don't know me, but hey, Stephanie, I think you should do X, Y, and Z in your business. Okay, cool. You legitimately have a conversation of why they think X, Y, and Z is the shit and, the bomb.com and the cat's meow, and you soak it in. And for me, this is where I have a hard time, and I'm working on it. Tell them thank you. Tell them thank you for the advice, but don't hold space for that shit. If you have a roadmap and you're trying to get to a fucking place and you see the light at the end of the tunnel and that idea doesn't look like it's going to get you any fucking closer, you don't have to do what they said. Thank you for that advice. And then you move on. You don't have to be a dick about it. Say, fuck you. I don't need you to tell me, how to run my life, kind of shit, because I've been there and I've done that numerous times. But thank you for your advice and move on. I know it's such a fucking hard thing to even think about. But if they haven't been there, why would you listen? Or if they have the track record that isn't the greatest in that arena, why would you listen? And that's what I'm trying to figure out with some people, where they keep listening to other people's opinions and then they're like, okay, all right, yeah, a podcast sounds like a waste of my time and I really shouldn't do it. Yeah, it is a waste of my time. Am I making, bank from this? No, I'm literally not making a fucking dollar from this yet. But is it a constructive way? Is it a coping mechanism for me? Is it a good therapy session for me? Fuck yeah. Yeah, hands down. So why would I fucking not? Do I feel better from it? Yes. So why would I not? Like, if somebody, watched you play basketball and you feel really great, but you fucking suck at it, but you feel better from it, go play basketball. Are you trying to go join the NBA? Probably not, but do you, man? Like, I'm so sick of people like bringing people down. And it's like, okay, for like Lizzo, hell yes. Yes, queen. I love her so much. My father, not so much. He is not a Lizzo fan. He thinks that women should be a little bit more covered up than Lizzo. And it's like, stop. Don't talk like that. If she wants to wear what she wants to wear and be the size that she is, go fucking Lizzo. I wish that I could be that confident in what she's wearing in my size. I'm not. I wear board shorts. I can't wear a bikini bottom because I'm not confident in that. I'm not confident with my cellulite, but I'm a fucking human and I do have that. But I'm not confident in it yet, in my own skin yet. But she is. Lizzo is. She is blazingly on fire with herself, and I love it. And she can play some badass jazz flute. Let's go. Okay. Like rocking up there, getting down, like, I don't even know. I'm trying to do the hand gestures and not look like my freaking flute was bent. It's fine. Whatever. I don't play instruments and you know that. So thanks for tuning in. Okay. So now that I've gotten all of that shit off my chest, okay? So I struggle with finding new things to drink, okay? if I was actually a big planner, I would go visit Early Birds every freaking week and get something new for you guys. Or I would stock up and get something from Early Birds and once a month, okay? But I am in the thick of my season, in the thick of it, and I am trying to not drown, and Early Birds isn't really right around the corner for me. What is right around the corner for me, shout out to our local market, Seaford Country Market. Hey guys, those people are amazing. I love them so much. They are this Indian couple bought it, and they are trying to do different things, and they keep bringing in if you ask for it, typically they'll try to get it there within a week or so. Like, hey man, I really wish that you had this. And I had mentioned to them, like, wow, like you guys don't really have a whole big selection of different alcohol, it seems like. And the next thing, I know, they've got a whole nother cooler and they're stocking it up with different stuff. Tonight, okay. So yes, they have a whole different selection of stuff, but some of that stuff I'm not willing to try, and God bless them. I'm not a seltzer person, okay? And I think this technically might be sparkling water, whatever. I'm not a seltzer person. Like, you can't get me to drink a Truly's. That shit sucks. If you drink it, go you. But that's not that. See, again, that's my opinion, okay? But if that's what your heart sings for, go for it, sis. Like, or bro, hey, if you're a dude and you drink Truly's, go. Like, I'm not going to keep you down, but it's not my jam. I don't like that. I'm sure ciders aren't your jam, but here I am and you're listening to my podcast about it. So today, this is not a cider, but it's called High Noon Sun Sips. Definitely sounds like an amazing summer drink right here. It's a vodka and soda it's a mango flavor. So vodka with real fruit juices, sparkling water, and natural flavors. It's 4.5 and says it's got no added sugar. It's only 100 calories. It's gluten free. It's in a skinny tall boy, so I'm pretty sure it has milliliters. I don't even know. So whatever. It's probably, some not American stuff. But anyways, all right. So here we go. Okay, High Noon Sun Sips mango flavor. Okay, whoa. Feels like I just licked a mango. I don't know, guys. Okay, before I even sipped it, it smelled like, when I popped it open, it smelled like a mango was trying to crawl out of this can. Like it had been kept in here unwillingly for far too long. And then I sipped it and the mango slapped me in the face. It's bam, mango. Boom, 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 mango. Not a whole lot of vodka, obviously with the 4.5%. It's got a hard fit, like a dry finish, just a weird finish. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like those weird energy drinks. And bam, mango. It really does taste like I licked a mango. It's got bam, bam, mango in it. I could definitely see mixing this with more vodka. Getting some ice, vodka, mixing this in there and kind of dulling that mango down because it's intense, but it's not horrible. A lot of these things that we get from our local store, the Seaford Country Market, I feel like if I was a frat boy or if I was just living on ramen and I picked up a couple of these, I could have a decent evening, like it's all right. But again, that's my opinion. You guys should go try it out. Tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments. Yeah, High Noon Sun Sips. They had a couple of different flavors. I think there was like pineapple and then there was a peach one. So will I probably be trying any of the other flavors? Probably not. But let me know what you think. So opinions, you guys. Seriously, just bringing it home here. This is going to be a short episode today. Don't listen to people that haven't been through what you're trying to go through or what you're going through. Don't listen to them. If they have never been through that, in a general sense, thing, if they've never run before, if they've never owned a business before, if they've never started a podcast before, if they've never cooked a waffle, like, don't listen to them and do you, sis. Do your best and then just keep trying, you know? That's what I keep doing. I keep showing up and I'm trying to get consistent with this podcast and I keep trying to do this business with my husband without murdering him. You know, am I a runner? No, fuck that. I just use that as an example. I do not run. I used to, kind of, but I don't do that anymore. And there's going to be something that you want to do and your fear of other people's opinions are holding you back. Other people's opinions are none of your business. Period. End of story. Other people's negative opinions are none of your business. Don't hold space. Don't hold space for those people's negative opinions. When the Karens and the Kyles are out there coming at you, don't. I literally had this one guy leave me a message overnight about how unhappy he was about somebody else's experience on the boat. That customer knew exactly the policies and procedures and they never called me. They never had a problem. We already talked about that prior to them getting on my boat. So they had a choice. They could either accept my policy or not come. And they chose to come out, and now you didn't know my policy because you didn't ask and you're bitching for them. Don't leave me a voicemail. Don't waste my time. Don't waste your time. Thank you for the opinion. I deleted that voicemail and I'm not going to listen to that again. I'm going to talk about it right here because it's a great example, but that's it. Tell them thank you for the advice, but don't hold space for that shit, y'all. You're better than that. You're trying to be better than that. You're trying to be a better person, and because you're growing and being awesome, don't let somebody hold you back with a fucking opinion that has nothing to do with what you're trying to do. That's my little tidbit for today. I love you guys. Thanks for joining in. I'm trying to get better with the YouTube, so don't hold me, I'm trying to get better with the YouTube. It's I've got several videos here that I need to get posted, and I'm trying my best. So I'm posting regularly here on Spotify and Apple Podcast, and I think it feeds out to wherever you get your podcast at. But stay tuned for a fuck ton of videos to YouTube as soon as I can get some time to edit those. So thank you. I appreciate you, and have a good night.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate all of your love and support. If you really loved today's episode, you should subscribe. And if you subscribe, then you get notifications of when my next episode launches. So another way to be super awesome would be to leave a rating and review or recommend it to your friends and family. If you're wicked awesome, you've already done all three. Another way to keep up with me and my crazy family is check out my website at chaoticcompass.com, and I do blog and other stuff there. So I appreciate everything for you guys. I do this for you, so keep it up, because the more you subscribe, the more I do.